Hi, been a while, but doing an upload to kick off 2026 with the roadmap for Grimdark, Ohio, as well as the game being designed, The Deep Between. Um, Thank you, everybody, to a really awesome end of 25, kicking off the company, getting some of the first sculpts out there, getting some reactions. It was all pretty awesome. Been getting to work with some really great people, and really excited for what's in store for 2026. So here we go. Uh, Q1, uh, January through March. Playtesting has begun. Kind of in the main group circle of friends that are helping me with this project on the back end. Uh, we've kind of got everything locked down. It's just a matter of tuning, playing through the missions and on how those are going to work. I'm really excited to show that off. It's something that's a little different. It'll be a really great pick up and play, or you can kind of chain multiple missions together into this kind of small narrative thing. Um, I think I think it's pretty awesome. So there will be two factions that will be playable for expanded testing at the end of Q1. The expanded testing will be something that will happen in Q2. That will be the Vase Empire as well as the Iterax. Uh, End of February, CincyCon 2026. Really looking forward to that event, seeing some local Ohio folks, maybe some folks from the surrounding states, and just do some gaming, show off the game. We're gonna have a booth. There'll be models to buy, models that aren't yet available online. The STLs, they'll all be printed in pretty high quality resin. It'll probably be the Nova Tough, but we'll see once I get some more of the printing done for that. There will also be lore segments that will be beginning in Q1. Uh, I kind of did the artwork and some of that stuff out of order with the artist. It's just kind of the way it went. But there will be little snippets of lore, essentially short stories that will kind of start giving you a look into the universe of the Deep Between. I really don't want to do a big top down kind of grand narrative for the story. I want it to be driven by the experiences of various characters in the universe. I think it'll make more sense that way because it is kind of a strange and different take on storytelling, and it'll help drive the model agnostic nature of the game and the kind of customization of it as well. There will be some pro painted stuff showing up in February. I'm really looking forward to that. A very talented artist, a painter. He's uh, he's pretty well known, I think, in the hobby community. More details will be coming out with that as we get a little closer and as it starts to happen. There'll be continued monthly releases, and beginning in February, following into Q2, the monthly releases, instead of just being two models from different factions, they're going to be two models from the same faction. So February we'll see the Iterax, March we'll see the Vase, and that will bring us into Q2. Q2, we have expanded playtesting, which is going to be going into the tribes and Patreon members, folks that are supporting and being involved. They're going to start seeing that. There's already some little bit of uh, sneak peeks, previews over on Discord. There's models that are shown 3D printed, painted, sculpt work in progress from the sculptors, all that kind of stuff months out. You can see stuff probably all the way out to mid-year. So if you aren't a Discord member and you're interested in the project, it's a great place to come kind of check out what's going on. There will be game mechanics in videos and posts that'll start introducing the game beyond just the playtesting. Start to introduce the things that makes this game unique, as well as kind of what ties some of these game mechanics to the setting. There will be another convention coming. It's a big one, at least here in the Ohio area and kind of within our industry. So Origins Game Fair is happening, and we will be there. So hopefully there'll be a lot of polish by then. There should be several playable factions. It will still be played on a smaller demo board, just like at CincyCon, so they won't be full games for the demonstrations, but everything's there. And yeah, it should be at least 4, if not all 5 factions playable at Origins Game Fair, so that's really exciting. Another big thing is I am in works with doing some crowdfunding. That's going to happen sometime in Q2 or Q3. All the project's going to be is just taking the non-character models that already exist and basically having new weapon options, new poses, etc. for them. So, for example, the Mercenary Breacher, you can expect to see more of a CQB, kind of close quarters, shotgun, loadout, some new poses, some guys kind of doing lean outs or reloads, all that kind of cool stuff. And you will see that for all of the non-special character releases for the entire year in that crowdfunding project. I would say that probably 2/3, if not 3/4, will already be available by then, but the ones that aren't already sculpted, it'll all kind of fall under that umbrella of that crowdfunding project. There will still be continued monthly releases, April, May, and then maybe leaning into June to wrap up the different factions so that playtesting at the Tribe Patreon and kind of more local level is available for every faction. And then in Q2, Q3, just kind of depends on how things go. There will be both loyalty rewards and a welcome pack added on my mini factory. The welcome pack is just not decided yet. It'll likely be some of these earlier sculpts kind of getting brought in and put out for just to kind of incentivize people to kind of come aboard. For the loyalty rewards, they will probably be every 3 months. They will be alternate versions of some of the special characters. So expect at least 1 per faction. I'll probably kind of go by what's popular. I've done a few polls in the Discord. That could be another way that it gets decided, but there will be unique, whether it's just an alternate pose or slightly different look to them, and that will only be available via the loyalty rewards or buying a physical model in person. That'll be the only ways that we do that. It's just kind of a way to really thank people that are supporting this project. Q3, we should be wrapping up version 1.0 of The Deep Between. That will be the release core year 1 kind of thing. The crowdfunding project that I mentioned, Q2, Q3. There'll be continued monthly releases for all the factions, and should be to the point that playtesting is widely available. These rules will eventually be open to the public for people to just hop in and have kind of the quick start rules for all of the different profiles and things like that. That will be a Patreon or tribe member privilege for them supporting the company. I'm sure there'll be something in the crowd fund project that will work with that as well. But there will be at the very least a free sample example of all the different factions for the year as well as the core rules. And then for the final quarter of 2026, it's way out there. This is kind of tentative, assuming everything continues to fall in place. The crowdfunded project should be fulfilled by then. Honestly, we're already 4 to 5 months ahead on a lot of the releases. So, things for May and June are already being worked on as we're just getting into January. So there should be no reason why the project isn't really wrapped up in a pretty quick, timely manner. It's not like a crowdfunded project where there's nothing set. All the sculpts are pretty much going to be there. There's not like a ton of stretch rewards. There's not a bunch of physical products to really worry about. About the biggest thing will be the physical printed minis. How that gets done is still to be determined. I'll figure that out with the company that is helping come alongside to help us with that. We will wrap up all of the factions for the year one releases. So that's all 5 factions that have been shown off so far. So the Mercenary Breachers, the Varys Empire, the Iterax, the European Technocracy, and the Forsaken Tribes. All of those will have their models, and they should all have between 7 to a dozen models per faction. So by the end of the year, you should be looking at something in the 50 model range, roughly. Year 2 will begin. It may begin as early as November. Began in November of the year prior, so October would be the full year, but it kind of just depends on how things go. I want to make sure everything gets wrapped up real nice. So it could be as early as November. At the latest, it will be January of 2027, and if that's the case, then that will be the yearly cycle. What you can expect for year 2 is going to be 4 new factions. Of those factions, there's one that is kind of coming from the deep between and kind of further out, kind of like the Vays and the Iterax. The other 3 will be our solar system, 2 based off Earth, and 1 which will be based off of Mars, or coming from Mars. There will also be continued support for all 5 factions from year 1. Assuming this thing continues to do well enough that we're continuing year after year. The plan is to slowly parse down on the number of factions for each year's release. So year 1 we saw 5, just to have a large variety of play styles and to really give people something to choose through for the game. Year 2 we're going to see 4, as well as back support for the year 1. By year 3, it'll probably go down to either 2 or 3 new factions with back support for older factions, and then so on and so forth, until eventually it's just kind of a continued support for the existing factions with yearly themes. But that's way down the road. Just wanted to kind of get back in front of the camera and talk about the plans for 2026. Haven't been the best at doing the YouTube and Patreon and things like that, where the more long form media. Do a lot with Instagram, and that's just kind of my social media of choice. It's easy. It's pictures, and with everything going on, haven't had time to really do long form videos with editing and things like that. But I will be doing more. the wife got me a new camera for the holiday, so that'll make things a lot easier. And yeah, just look to see the rules getting revealed, the universe getting revealed. I'll probably do another video just really kind of digging into the setting again without doing too much like grand narrative. I don't want it to be told from, like way up bird's eye view. I want things to be told from the perspective of the characters. I really want it to be a character driven story and setting. So, yeah, again, thank you for all the support so far. It's been awesome. I'm really looking forward to showing off some of the stuff that's coming. I think you guys are going to be blown away with some of these new models. We're talking bigger and bigger. Most of them have so far been 25, and we've had a few 40 mil releases. There will be some bigger things coming. Every game needs some big stompy units, so those are for sure coming. And yeah, just looking forward to 2026. Thanks.